Hey guys, it's Nextlight, and before this gameplay starts, I got a little clip for you of one of the rush routes I like to do on bootleg, which I recommend you do if you spawn on Seaside, just to help you out and get better at this game. So try this rush route; it'd really help you. I cut out some bits because I dawdle a bit, and I don't recommend you do that. I recommend you run straight through. It's a good way to flank the enemy. So I'm going to cut myself off here and let you enjoy this clip. See you guys.
Hold your positions. Hardline. Specialist bonus achieved.
Oh yes, my fucking god. Alright.
Hope you enjoyed that clip there, guys. Just a little thing I thought I'd throw in at the beginning of the video. Can I maybe get an early like for that? It was pretty slick, a 5-man feed. I mean, you see a lot of quad feeds, but 5-mans are a bit more rare. I mean, these days in montages, you know, you see pretty much every different type of feed you can see. But for me, that was pretty cool, so I'd appreciate a like, but, you know, it's up to you. Yeah, today I'm using the UMP with silencer and extended mags again, which is what you saw in my last gameplay, the Moab. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description. It was a double Moab fail. Yeah, I really like this class, and a lot of the time you see the UMP used on YouTube, you'll see it with extended mags and rapid fire. But me personally, I prefer this. I generally like to keep a silencer on at all times pretty much in this game, because most of the time I'm playing this game, I'm going for Moabs in some way. I mean, I might not be going for them really hard sometimes. Might just be, you know, casually going for them, but most of the time I'm going for it. So I find it makes it so much easier to get Moabs if you're off the map, and it took me so much longer to get an unsilenced one than it did to get silenced ones. And that's one tip I definitely think I could give you. So if you're someone watching this that's struggling to get Moabs, struggling to get your first Moab, stuff like that, you may want to look at what you're doing in your classes and think about, have you got a silencer on your class? Because trust me, you may not think it is going to help you, but it helps you a tremendous amount to keep off the map. It is actually, you can't notice it, you don't notice the fact that you're staying off the map, you know, but you will, and you'll be able to pull off kills like I did then without people being able to turn around, because they don't know you're there because you're silenced, so they can't hear you. But yeah, so that's one thing, and I want to talk about the Euros, because it seems like to be the most generic thing everyone's talking about, but not really about the Euros, to be honest, because I just don't give a fuck. But no, I don't really like football that much, to be honest. I do not like to watch it. I find it much more boring. I mean, I used to like rugby, I used to watch that. I mean, Americans won't know what rugby is. Well, you might know what it is, but it's not really popular where you are from. But yeah, rugby is the main thing where I'm from, really, at least, which is Wales, which is somewhere in Britain, in the UK. But I don't really like football, to be honest. I never did. I was always shit at it, and I've always found it boring to watch, to be honest. There's a lot less action. I mean, rugby I can watch sometimes. I'm still pretty bored of that as well. I remember, like, my mum and dad were talking to me the other day about how I should spend more time doing sports than on the game. Oh, actually, no, they were talking about, because I do work out, guys. Don't think I'm just some fat kid that sits on his Xbox all day, please. I'm not like that. But I think we were talking about what the difference is between now and back in, like, in their day, as it's generically said by your parents, back in my day. But yeah, they were talking about how, as opposed to being on their Xbox, which is what the majority of teenagers do now, at least the people watching this video probably will be, because I mean, that's just probably what you like to do in your spare time. If you like watching YouTube videos about it, you're probably serious about the game and you like to do it in your spare time, which is nothing wrong with that. So yeah, like we were talking about how people used to do that in their time, and look at this now. I'm about to die one off, and I don't think I deserve to die one off this, to be honest. I think I should have had that kill, that right there, and it's with an MP9. It's just bullshit, but it doesn't matter, whatever, who cares? At least I got all the kills on my gun. But I think I could have dropped the 70 if I got that, so that's sad, but who cares, moving on. But yeah, how they were talking about how the thing that people do these days to pass time is play their Xbox, whereas back in the day, they used to play football or play rugby or do something like that, or American football in America they might play, or whatever, baseball, something like that, something you Americans can really do. But now people play rugby, and now people play Xbox, sorry, not rugby, people play Xbox, and like, I think, like, my parents were talking about that as if it was a bad thing, but, you know, I was saying to them, like, the thing is with Xbox and gaming and stuff, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter how fast you are, how good you are, or anything like that. It just matters about what you sound like and what your personality is like, you know. And I think that's the more honest way of meeting people and talking to people and stuff like that. I think it doesn't matter, because in sport, I remember I used to play a lot. I used to be okay at rugby. That's where I used to play, and I used to see a lot of kids that were pretty pretty bad, and they used to not do too well because they used to be sort of in a way picked on by people. Like, it was not so much picked on, but they don't want to pass them. They sort of exclude them from the rest of the group because they're annoyed at how they're not as good at the game as them, and they're annoyed because they want to do better at the game, which in a way is understandable. I can see frustration. Like, sometimes you might get frustrated at someone on your Xbox because they're not good, but you know, I think in rugby or football or whatever, in any sport, I think it becomes more about, you know, your shape or what you're like, if you're fast, if you're slow, or if you're whatever size or build you are, it becomes more apparent. And I think there's some of that, this atmosphere that's always caused whenever you put like a lot of boys that do sport together. It's always a bit like it leaves for one kid to sort of be left out always, you know. I don't know if you know what I mean, if you've done it, but that's what I found when I did it. I mean, you might have a nice school where that doesn't happen or whatever, but I always found that I used to sometimes feel like, you know, it was a bit, I wouldn't say picked on as much, but I always had to fight to stay where I was. Like, I always had to have arguments to stay in the position that I wanted to be in, argue with this person when I got on the field because they wanted to go in my position which I'd been picked for or whatever, you know. And that doesn't happen too much in gaming, I think. So I don't think it is such a bad thing. I think a lot of people that are parents and stuff like that, they sort of dismiss it because it's not what they were used to or nothing that they're used to. But if you think about it, gaming shouldn't be stereotyped against as being this thing that, you know, is bad or anything like that. I mean, it can be bad. It can be seen as something bad if it's affecting you maybe in school or affecting you in other aspects. But, you know, I think generally if you play it in moderation, it can be a great thing, you know. People can make livings off of it. I mean, as you can see from stuff like YouTube and stuff like that now, you know, people are making livings off of YouTube, and it's brilliant. But I think one of the bad things that's come from it is a lot of kids sort of just think, I don't have to work hard now, I don't have to do anything in school or anything because I can just go out there and make a living off of YouTube, when it isn't that easy in reality. Like, I see a lot of kids, well, not a lot of kids, but I've seen some kids that I know try and start doing YouTube and stuff with or when I talked to them about it, they were talking about making money and how much money this person makes, how much money this person makes and that person makes, talking about how it can be, you know, something that people can make money off of, and they don't understand how hard it is. I mean, I've been doing this, I mean, I haven't been the most active recently, but I mean, before I was really active, and I'm going to get back into being active now, but just because I enjoy doing YouTube and stuff. But, you know, it's so hard to get any views. It really is. I don't know what's going to happen, you know. I mean, I enjoy doing what I do because I find it fun, but, you know, it's difficult to do when you know that no one's watching your videos, you know. I mean, I just want that amount of people for it to be enough that, you know, I can know that if I put up a video that's going to get seen. I can know that if I decide to live stream, people are going to watch it, you know. But who cares, really, you know. At the end of the day, if you're enjoying it, you should just keep doing it. And if you're on the edge of starting, as long as you're starting for the right reasons, and the reasons being that you want to do it because you enjoy this game, or you enjoy YouTube, and you enjoy the idea, because comedy is one of the funnest things I've ever done. I mean, I much prefer the commentary side of it to actual getting the gameplay, but I am enjoying this game, and like many COD players out there right now, I mean, I do enjoy this game, to be honest. Like, I like Black Ops, but like, I liked Black Ops at the time probably more than this. Like, at this time I was loving Black Ops back in a year ago, like a year ago today, I was loving Black Ops. But this, I'm not loving this game. I like this game and I have fun on it, but I think there's just more bullshit in this game, but yet it is more exciting. And I think with a more exciting game does come bullshit, and I think that's inevitable. I think a lot of people have to understand that Black Ops was one of the most boring games in a way, because it was slow paced. It definitely was. I had to play ground war all the time, otherwise, you know, I couldn't enjoy it. But at least there wasn't any bullshit in it, so it's just finding the right medium, really, I think. But I think that's pretty much the game coming to an end. I played like shit at the end here, guys, because I was trying to get the 70, so I wasn't even trying to play properly. I was just trying to get out there, get the kills as quick as possible. Please, if you did enjoy this, please share it with a friend, try and get me some more views, or leave it a like or a comment, guys. Really make my day. Peace out, have a nice day.